Well, who needs a time machine? Let's begin. Now, I'm sure many of you have a lot of fond memories of the 1970s. Unfortunately, I can only look it up in history books, as it was before my time, no matter what my grey hair is trying to tell you. But whilst I'm sure there are many great things about the 1970s, what I'm guessing wasn't so great was the amount of power cuts that people had sometimes had to endure. And also, yes, the strikes too, which, whilst admittedly the letter does actually sound quite familiar at the minute, doesn't it? But it seems as if the government wants to give me, and others, the full, authentic 1970s experience after all, with their Plan B to deal with the energy cost to live and Mickey-taking price rises that is going on at the minute, because the Daily Express reports that we could be facing power cuts of our own as part of their plans. I mean, you can just imagine it, can't you? Well, sorry, but I'm afraid there's no way round it. I'm going to have to stop all of your power so I can charge my brand new EV. The article also says that the government's reasonable worst-case scenario plan shows that Britain could face an electricity capacity shortfall totaling about a sixth of peak demand. The shortage would occur even after emergency coal plants have been fired up, according to people familiar with the government's plan and who spoke to Bloomberg. This would mean that the UK could be forced to endure organised blackouts for industry and even households. Under the plans, below average temperatures and reduced electricity imports from Norway could result in Britain needing to trigger emergency measures to conserve gas for 4 days. Earlier this week, fears of winter fuel rationing were exacerbated when Norway threatened to limit its exports to the UK and Europe this winter. That's nice of them, isn't it? Seriously though, can you imagine if something like this happened after 2030, or when EVs become more, commonplace than their old-fashioned petrol equivalents? The country could be potentially frozen overnight, couldn't it? No electric charging for you! Well, in certain areas anyway. But I suppose by then, who knows, they could have control of everything, couldn't they? Just like in this video where your smart doorbell potentially shares some things that you actually might not want it to share. And worse, it does it automatically without you even knowing. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.